Welcome to the Write Your Own Story podcast. I'm your host, Betsy Leonidas, and the founder of the Write Your Own Story company. Girl, I can tell you right now, you are definitely enough. Here we value service, sisterhood, connection, laughter, and that super genuine, keep it real, tell you like it is honesty. My hope is at the end of each episode, you realize you can do whatever it is you dream about and that you are not alone with what you struggle with. I'm hoping that you are snapping and clapping and hell yes in your way through each one of these episodes. So if this tracks with you, let's get started. I'm so glad you're here. All right, everyone. Welcome back to the latest episode of the Write Your Own Story podcast. I'm your host, Betsy Leonidas, and it's just me today. Today, I want to talk about loneliness and the way to fix it. I think loneliness is something that way more people struggle with than anyone admits. In a world of sort of obsessive connectedness and accessibility, with all the social media and online and everyone is a text message away, I genuinely feel people are feeling lonelier than ever, and not a lot of people are talking about it. So let's talk about it today. I mean, there are a million reasons why people can feel lonely. The obvious one is if you are not in a relationship and you're single. There are meals eaten alone. You go to bed at night alone. If you are raising kids and you're doing it, by yourself, it gets lonely because those things, theoretically, according to society, were meant to be built in partnership. If you're in a marriage, you can feel very lonely in your own marriage. I really think it is a lack of genuine connectedness and a lack of feeling seen, not marriage specific, just kind of like what are the drivers of loneliness. You can feel lonely at work if you're not feeling seen or valued, or, maybe it's a new job and you haven't really connected with anyone yet. Work friends are such a gift. You could move to a new city and know no one. You can move to a new neighborhood or school and not know anyone. I think loneliness is definitely, and those are the obvious ones, but I think loneliness also can be disguised. Loneliness can feel like, oh no, I'm just overwhelmed, or I just have no time to connect with anybody else, or I'm just feeling a little sad because something bad happened, for example. All of those are really true. But if you sit in the quiet and you really let yourself feel your feelings, that could just be sitting and journaling. That could just be going for a walk. That could be going for a hike. There are a million ways to just kind of sit and feel your feelings. And feel your feelings doesn't always have to be like, I'm just sitting here sobbing because I finally let myself feel sad. That's not it at all. Feeling your feelings to me is when you finally get quiet enough that you can actually hear your inner voice to be like, hey girl, this is actually what's going on. So if you check in with your body and wherever you're feeling tension or discomfort, if you sit with that and ask it what it needs, a lot of the time at the root of a lot of all of this discomfort is going to be loneliness. And so I think it's important to recognize so that you can continue to solve what the real root of the issue is. I think there's also a stigma around loneliness. People don't really talk about it. It's embarrassing to be like, I feel lonely. Sometimes it feels silly to say I feel lonely. Sometimes I feel lonely. Actually, I feel lonely quite a bit. Not all day, not every day, but it comes and goes in waves because as we know, feelings are temporary. Some of the obvious stuff is, eating meals or going to bed alone or whatever it may be. But loneliness, as I mentioned before, I feel like is at the root of just not feeling connected. And I think people might find it embarrassing to be like, what, do you not have enough friends? But I mean, you could be surrounded by children in the hustle and bustle of a day job, have a marriage and still feel lonely. But I do think that people don't necessarily talk about it. But I think when you sit and you think about loneliness, it's painful, and like I said, whether it comes big or small, but there are a couple of ways through it. My first is that if you can get still enough to be aware that maybe loneliness is really what sits beneath your discomfort, your overwhelm, your anxiety, your sadness, your discontent, the first thing you can do is realize that literally no one can fix your loneliness but you. Womp womp. I know. I wish that a relationship would fix it, or, your best friend would call more and that would fix it. But loneliness, like everything, is an inside job. I know it's exhausting to do all these inside jobs, but
when you get good at this, you become a quick study and it's a quick fix. One of my very favorite cheat codes for anything that I'm feeling discomfort with is to take genuine stock of proving myself wrong. So for example, let's say I'm feeling lonely. I will sit in my journal at the end of the day or just, try and take notice throughout the day, but putting it in a journal keeps me very accountable to say all the moments where someone connected with me or where I connected with somebody else. Maybe that was a smile from a stranger at the coffee shop. That's genuine human connection. Maybe it was a girlfriend texting you to be like, "Hey girl, how you doing?" Or "I remember you have this going on. How's it going?" Or maybe it's someone to be like, "Hey, can you grab dinner next week?" All of that stuff passes us by in the hustle and bustle when we have to slow up and take stock of like all of the greatness that you are surrounded by, whether it be your dog that likes to snuggle up as the little spoon, or your kids who are just hugging you with their wide open hearts. There are so many moments where we are not alone. I think it's so important to take stock of the littlest, tiniest moments to be like, actually, I am way more connected than I think. And to me, this is like the biggest cure for loneliness does not exist online. It does not exist in swiping. It does not exist in, the DMs. It does not exist in how many people like your post. It is the genuine human connection that really, truly cures the soul. The other thing, and this is like, if we could manufacture this and sell it, friendship is medicine. And it's not about a quantity. I'm 43 now. I'm like getting old. And it is not a quantity. It's not a numbers game when it comes to friendship. It's a quality game. And it feels so great to be in, like as a mom, to be so invested in your community and have mom friends everywhere you turn. I'm talking, and those absolutely count. You go to the soccer field and you have someone to sit next to. That is a cure for your loneliness. You have someone to say hi to. How are your kids doing? You guys might not be like text friends, but are you excited to sit next to her because she's pretty cool and funny and your kids get along? That counts. But when I'm talking about when friendship is medicine, I'm talking about your besties, your girls, your tribe. And if you are lucky enough to have one ride or die, there's something, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're in the most high performing job that you're getting so much praise for, there is my best friend, and I say this all the time, there is something that female friendships provide that no man could ever provide, that no job could ever provide, that no kid, could ever really understand because they're younger. It is that deep understanding, similar processing, level of empathy that is so unique to female friendships that like it is the best medicine. So if you are in a marriage and you are feeling lonely, it isn't up to your husband to fix or your partner to fix. It is up to you to be able to identify what your needs are. And if you need to ask that of your partner or your husband, then of course ask and work on it. And, marriage and partnership is forever learning and compromise. But if if it's an emotional need or something like that, talk to your girlfriend about it and see if that helps alleviate some of the discomfort that you're feeling. Because I'm telling you, like, women are the best communicators amongst women. We are, we process things in similar ways. It is unbelievable, like the level of depth that I get from female friendships where it's like, "Hey, I need you to fix this. Like, can we like obviously you're responsible for fixing your own stuff, but like I need solutions, or I just need someone to listen, or can we go for a walk?" It's just, we know how it is. It's genuinely healing. So I think, and that, those are our like big core friends. I also want to talk about the little moments where someone sent you flowers on your birthday. That is like I've had friends do that, especially since I got divorced. I had a friend who sent me flowers for years on my birthday, on what was my anniversary, on Valentine's Day, any holiday. I can't even begin to tell you how much that meant to me. I didn't know I needed it. I could have survived without it, but it filled my heart in a way that I'll never forget. I have the friend that just texts you that says, "Hey girl, thinking of you," or all of that stuff matters. Hey, fellow boss babe, if you're craving less time on social because it feels like you're constantly in your comments and DMs trying to respond back to your potential customers, I totally get it. When I had my e-commerce business, I felt like I checked Instagram every 5 minutes. But what if there was a smarter, easier way to connect with your audience? Good news, there is. Let me introduce you to ManyChat, my go-to tool for automating messages on Instagram, Facebook, and even text. With ManyChat, you can set up automated conversations in minutes. No tech headaches, no coding required. Trust me, if I can figure it out, so can you. It's perfect for handling links to your offers, growing your list with DM keywords, and even booking clients literally while you sleep. It's efficient, super user-friendly, and honestly, it's like having a virtual assistant built right into your DMs. And the best part? Because you're a friend of the Write Your Own Story podcast, you can try it totally free for your first month. Just use the link in the show notes. Is there anything better than to test something for your business for an entire month with no cost attached? It's my favorite. So if you're ready to save time, respond faster, and turn followers into clients, tap the link in the show notes and give ManyChat a try for free. First month's on me. Grab the offer today and go enjoy a much needed break from your phone. You deserve it. And so going back to the idea that the only person who can fix loneliness is yourself, you have to reach out. You have to initiate. Whether it be you text someone, hey girl, how's it going? You will get the text message back. Whether you do something kind for someone, this is how the universe works. We know this. What you put out, you receive back. So if you feel lonely and a lack of connection, if you put that out in the world, whether it be big or small, I mean, it can be anything from the text to say, hey girl, how are you doing? All the way to, can we plan a girls trip? And you be the one to plan it. And I know we're all feeling, overworked and underpaid in our lives and our personal lives and our professional lives, etc. But if this is something that really is sitting within you and is hurting you from the inside out, like loneliness does, you are the only one who has the ability to fix it, which honestly, that puts so much in your control, which we all know we feel so much better when we feel in control. So here are my cures for loneliness. Take the stock of the big and the small things that are happening in your life that are genuine connection. And again, that goes to the smile from the stranger to the girls trip that you just got back from and everything in between. Focus on what you can control. You can reach out. You can, plan things. Now, some people, we're all busy moms. Some people are not going to be available, but you can't take it personally. That's genuinely their life. Just like how how it is when someone asks you to dinner and you're like, oh, I can't make it. I have 99 soccer games. That's just a part of where we are in life right now. And sometimes people can't make it, but just the fact that you reached out again puts that energy into the world that you are going to receive it back. The other thing is tell somebody, talk to your best friend about it, talk to your partner about it. What we continue to sit with and hide inside gets stuck. It is, and again, it's not up to the person you tell to fix it, but you don't have to go through this alone. And they may not even have solutions. They may just be the best listening ear, but and write it down on a page, just get it out of your body. That gives you the freedom and the space to take stock of what's going well and to figure out what's in your control. And last but not least, as I mentioned, only you can fix it. But that is like, I know that feels overwhelming, but it's also incredibly empowering. You have the ability to put out what you want to receive. You have the ability to look around you and see what is there. And you have the ability to feel better. I really think loneliness is out there way more than people are talking about. The world is divided. Everyone is incredibly busy. We're all sort of interacting in this two-dimensional form. So if you are feeling lonely, first and foremost, I want you to know that you're not alone. And I also want you to know, for someone who's struggled with it, it comes and goes in waves. And oh my God, you can feel better. I feel so much better. So I hope this gives you some hope. I hope this gives you, lets the air out of the balloon a little bit. And I hope this gives you some tangible examples for how to feel better. And I just want to close this episode on the biggest dose of gratitude to those in my life who make the impact, to my ride or dies, to the girls who say good morning and good night My ride or die say good morning and good night. They know my kids as well as I know my kids. They know my struggles, they know my victories, and they are cheering for me every step of the way. We communicate, we work through things. They are the top tier of what it means to be a good person and to have genuine connection. I mean, I swear they know I'm upset before I even tell them. I have one friend, she texts me every time. She can just tell. She can just tell something's brewing. And then here she comes. Hey, how's it going? Just thinking about you. I'm like, how did you know? But what would I do without her? I am so grateful for my best friends, for my ride or dies. You mean more to me than I will ever be able to explain. And I can only hope that I'm able to pour into you what you pour into me, because you are one of my greatest gifts, right? I mean, you are my family. And I want to say thank you to the friends who just text or do nice gestures or check in or ask me to dinner or invite my kids over to play. That matters so much. That is the definition of community. That is the definition of compassion. That is the definition of connectedness. You are my faith in humanity, and you are my smiles throughout the day. So I genuinely, you know who you are. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And to the strangers out there who are kind, who, let me in the traffic lane, who smile at me, all of it, it all matters. I feel so grateful for the connections that I have in my life. And because I've done such, intentional work to take stock of them, my heart literally swells with happiness. And does loneliness still come and go? Of course it does. I'm a human, but I know how to fix it. And that's the best feeling in the world. So you guys, I know this is a quick one, but I wanted to talk about it because I feel like it's one of those things where I'm like, I bet more people feel this way than they say. You're not alone. Those are the tips I've got. Thank you to those who love me. I love you back full. And I hope this episode helps. So share this with someone, anyone, or take stock of it. And I hope this helps. But I just wanted to say you are not alone and you've totally got this. All right. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll catch you next time.
Well, that's the end of this episode, but promise me, you won't stop here with whatever it is you're feeling or dreaming about. I hope you leave today feeling empowered to live life just as you see fit. If this podcast was helpful to you, it would mean the world to me if you could leave a review on whatever platform you're listening on. I genuinely just want to help women live the life they dream about. So if this type of content tracks with you, subscribe to this podcast or visit our website, writeyourownsstory.co, to download digital courses or to grab a journal and a mug to just dream in and dream with. It's your life, lady. Do you. And just remember, I'm rooting for you and you've totally got this.